Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. You see it. The boat, Gilmore. There he is right there. Bad, man. Bad. But now, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. Got a lot of news going on right now, but before we even get started, man, how you feel, Bradley? How you feel?
Hey, Book, I'm good. I'm good. I want to wish a happy MLK Day to all those out there today. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. You know what? MLK was, obviously, we can go on and on about how incredible of a person he was, but also his spirit was shining down on the city of Houston today because it was one of the most beautiful days I can recall in this city in the last 6-8 months. So shout out to everybody who's tuning into the Hall of Fame, Book. I'm good. We got Glory 9 or Glory 10 coming up this weekend. Glory 9? Glory 10?
I just wish MLK would have shined down on us on Sunday. You know what I mean? That would have really been something real nice. But CJ Stroud, we got to talk about that boy, man. We got to talk about CJ Stroud. You know what? I'm beginning to wonder about this dude. Is he the guy? Is he the guy? You know what I mean? Because you know what they say: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Can't fool me again.
Fool me again. So I'm wondering, is this that dude, man? Because I don't want to throw CJ Stroud under the bus or anything like that, because I like seeing young people do great things.
Yeah.
But you gotta have that dog in you when you're playing that game, right? You gotta have that never say die mentality. I was watching Caleb Williams. Even though they lost the game, he still had that never say die mentality. Fight, scratch, claw, all the way to the end.
He was balling too.
Right? You feel me? And the thing with CJ, it's that look in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's that deer in the headlights. You know what I mean? 4 interceptions in the first half. How you do that? How do you do that? And the thing is, look here. I know better than that. All right? Look here, I'm not on the field. I'm not playing. But I do know from a coach, I know the coach was saying, take the sack. Take the sack. Don't throw it. Don't do that. Every time. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on CJ Stroud?
I'll tell you what, Book. After his
honest opinion, man.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
Because I know you. You tend to want to cuddle. What I mean? Make one feel like it's really not that bad. Like it's not as bad as it really. Give me the real deal.
Look, I'm gonna give you the realer than real deal Holyfield right now. It's because look, in that game against Pittsburgh, he has the 5 fumbles, right? Some of them weren't his fault, but a lot of them were. You look at him sideways from that. He hadn't fumbled the ball all season long, so you say, okay, this is a strange occurrence. It can't happen again. But some of the interceptions, and look, we know interceptions are a part of football. Every season, somebody's going to get picked off. It happens. To have the amount that he did in that game so early, so quickly, not that they were good throws and good targets, that the other defense was they read. No, they were egregiously awful. They were terrible. They were mindless. They were the kid who's playing Pop Warner would know, don't throw the ball in that position and in that situation. And so I don't want to rain too hard on CJ, but here's one thing that came to my mind when I was watching his performance in Pittsburgh and then watching it in Foxborough. One person's name came up in my head when I was thinking about Houston sports in the playoffs, who was sensational in the regular season, and then the playoffs would come and something would happen, and that man was James Harden, right? And this is who I was thinking about yesterday watching C.J. Stroud on the gridiron. I was seeing a guy who was so composed and poised throughout the regular season, 8 wins in a row, 9 wins in a row, whatever it was, and then completely dismantles in this game against the Patriots. And here's the thing. The Patriots did not win that game. We lost that game. And there's a clear difference.
You know what? I wouldn't necessarily say that. I feel like I think the Patriots won the game. I think they won the game. I can't sit here and take that away from them or anything like that. I mean, the one interception was outright, perfect, miscommunication, and then deflection, big good pick. Now those other three, those were just up for grabs.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the game. That's just part of the game as far as putting that kind of pressure on CJ. Him not having the wherewithal, understanding to know to live and fight another day. Punt the ball. If we had to, defense was playing so well, and and you can see it actually happening before your very eyes that the defense was beginning to have cracks, and then those cracks just kept getting bigger and bigger. You see one guy or two guys, man, they all out hustle, but then you see 4 or 5 guys, man, they tired, man, they were just so tired. And then that weather definitely came into play, and it's almost like in the old NBA jams when he's on fire. That's what happened. Seemed like them boys kind of like just got on fire, and it was no turning back from that. That's the way I saw it, man. I like that he's on fire voice too. They made me tired, coming up. But no, seriously.
And the thing is, the reason why the defense started to crack and they were tired because they were out there so much. 4 interceptions, a fumble. They were out there. They were out there. And playing in that snow.
Hell of a game, though. The defense played such a hell of a game.
Yeah,
they played such a hell of a game. I tell you, Drake May was in trouble. And like I say, we could have won that game. I'm not going to say we should have, but we easily could have won that game. If C.J. Stroud would have played just decent. I'm talking about Hasselback decent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be a game manager. You ain't got to do nothing. Just manage the game. Seemed like we came out throwing way too early. I don't know, man. Our young coach looked like he was a little. That seemed like that was a huge moment for him as well.
Oh, I agree. And Coach Ryans has been great, but to me,
I don't know if you saw when he was walking into the stadium. The shot when he was walking into the stadium. But he had a suit on. He actually looked like one of the players, and he was like he almost was scared to look at the camera. Like eyes forward, and then it just seemed like he was so uncomfortable being in front of that camera because that was the biggest moment, perhaps, of his young career. Man, you know what? The thrill of victory, agony of defeat. That's all it is.
I love Coach Ryans. I think he's a great coach, and I have full confidence in him in this team. I don't, at this present moment in time, have the same level of confidence in C.J. Stroud that I did in 2023 and 2024 seasons. At one point, C.J. said that he was top 5 in the league. He ranked himself number 3 behind Lamar and Patty Mahomes. If you're in the top 5 of the NFL, you can't throw 4 picks in a playoff game. You can't throw 4 picks in a regular game, let alone a playoff game to where, and here's the thing that kills me, Book, is we beat the Patriots. We go against the Denver Broncos, who unfortunately their starting quarterback is out for the rest of the season after that.
We was in the Super Bowl.
We were in the Super Bowl. We were going to be in the Super Bowl.
We're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With the Super Bowl. Now, but for him, when did he say that? That was last year?
That was last year, after last year.
You know what, man? Maybe maybe that came back to bite him.
I think it did.
Maybe that just, something that came back to bite him and to let him know that this game is, could be one way today and tomorrow it could be totally different.
Let me say this real quick. Before I forget it, because I know we're coming up in break. But here was the fatal flaw I saw in C.J. Stroud's mentality after the game in Pittsburgh. There was a video that came out of him on the gridiron as he's walking back to the locker room. Steelers fans are booing him, and he was looking back at them going, you mad, to the Steelers fans. C.J. was doing this after he had a game where he fumbled the ball 5 times, right? That's not the mentality you need to have after the game. Your head should not be held that high because your defense won you the football game. You should go, man, we really got to figure this out. I need to figure out what happened.
It says he's still a kid.
He's still a kid. He's 23, 24 years old. Like, he's got some maturity he needs to find.
I understand. I don't think he understood the magnitude of, where we were. And then we slipped on a banana peel. We slipped on a banana peel and got in there.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's just be real about it.
I agree.
Look here. We won't win the Super Bowl. Even if we would have got there, we won't win it. We won't win the damn Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I was just saying, hey, we got to take a break. Hey guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all at once.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, we can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security. It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Something I wanted to let everybody know, Prospe-X is definitely in the works right now. February 1st, everything going to be going down as far as who's going to be the 10, who's going to be the 10 prospects And who's going to be the first? That's my question. Who's going to be the first prospect out there for reality wrestling to, get a chance to actually really be seen in front of the world, be promoted in front of the world. And, I just wish that as a young wrestler, as a young, you know, pupil of this game, I wish I had something like that, when I was coming up, where I could have, got a chance to be a part of something like this. I always talk about when the Gladiators came through town once, and they was having tryouts, and I went and tried out for the Gladiators, and I was so freaking enthused. I was so freaking excited, and I was like, man, I'm winning this, man. I'm gonna get on the Gladiators, and boom, it's gonna be on from that point on. And, I remember I took my son with me because I wanted him to see his dad go down and just run through them boys and really just chop meat. And I remember the first test they put me in, I failed. I was out. But no, at least I tried. I would never look back and say I didn't try. And that's what this thing is all about. I mean, as well, getting young people out there to where, like I said, if you got the talent, somebody see you, if you're good enough, you might get discovered. If I was good enough, that day, I would have been a gladiator. They never see me in professional wrestling. I might have been Nitro, Thunder, so
Dynamite.
chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, but no, man, Prospe-X is something that we're really going to be investing some really, really time in, some really, really cool thoughts to really, really, like I say, promote the next generation of professional wrestling. Those guys out there trying to, live that dream like I've lived. WCW was one stop, but WWE was something totally, totally different. WrestleMania was something totally, totally different. And I implore young people that have the skill, that have the talent, the knowledge to actually, perhaps make it in this business, get around, the right people to perhaps make it to that next level. And the thing is, if you're not around the right people, if you're good enough, that's what I'm here for, to put you around the right people. So now, man, I'm so excited myself. I know Brad's excited.
I am.
Ruthless Ryan Davison, I know he's excited to be a part of this thing. Kevin Bernhardt, of course, my lovely queen, Charmel. We definitely going to throw everything in this, man. I'm excited, big time.
I look, when I was growing up, MTV had Tough Enough. That was the first time I'd ever seen that kind of process of the WWE and figuring out how to evaluate talent. And Maven, of course, who's a friend of the show and of reality wrestling, won that inaugural season. And just to be a part of that. And this is kind of our version, in a way, different concept, but our version of a Tough Enough or an LFG kind of show in a different format, because it's focused on independent wrestlers. And as the preeminent and dominant and number one WWE ID school, and I say that with all the veracity I can in my voice, it's just the way it is. I'm excited to be able to see that, because prospects have come through reality of wrestling and have gone on to do big things in the WWE. You look at Roxanne Perez. We want to give a big shout out to Eli Knight for signing his NXT contract that we saw Ava give to him on Tuesday's night show a week ago. And that's amazing because, well, I mean, why, Book, just everything that had to go his way in order for that to happen. But I remember you earmarked Eli almost from the first time you saw him as this guy's got something to make it. And now he's made it to the next step in his career.
Yeah. Also, being in the right place at the right time, being able to, slip right in there. And, I always say, man, somebody, a spot open, you got to jump in and you got to take it.
Absolutely.
That's what this kid has done. But, cream right to the top, man. This kid's talent speaks for itself. I can't say I did anything but try to drive this kid the right way more than anything. Give him the confidence that he can go out there and do anything Um, you look at someone like that and you say, man, I'm not, you really can't take credit for somebody like that because he's got so much natural uncanny ability. When I see him do certain things, it seems like he see it in his head and it just, okay, I can do that. And then not just do it, but do it flawless. So for me, to see this kid make it this far, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's time to really, really start, applying, what we've learned, as well as think about getting better, to the point to where it's like waking up in the morning. I see so much for this kid, but he's so close, but still yet so far away. That's why I don't want him to sleep or anything like that. I don't want him to get comfortable, because now it's time to really start laying that foundation. It really is.
Yeah, and it's very easy, and I don't think Eli's going to fall victim to this, but it's very easy when you make it, quote unquote, to where the goal was to say, okay, cool. Well, now I don't have to work as hard because I got there. This is what I've been working so hard for. But that's when you really got to turn it up, to use your MC Hammer analogy. Like, we got to pump it up right now and go even harder. And I think Eli's going to do that. And you know what? While we're congratulating people from Reality Wrestling, also a big shout out to Zeta Steel. Zeta Steel signed a deal with AEW. I know she was in the ID program for a while, and now she's over there in AEW. I really liked Zeta Steel when she was down here, so big shout out to her.
Zeta Steel, she was always Johnny on the spot. Never had to worry about her as far as the booking goes. One thing about this business, you got to be smart, and that's what I think Zeta has. More than anything. Then My World.
Shout out to My World, AEW signing as well.
My World, we got to give her props, just because she's another one who's, she knows how to play the game. She's smart, as well as sticking this thing out. That's what I love about these young people, is seeing what they're doing right now and being a part of what they're trying to do also, and get them to that next level. Right now working on LFG, it's been so freaking awesome. I can't wait for, the fans to actually see this next episode of LFG, just because this next season of LFG, just because it's so different. It's so unique working with the next generation of professional wrestlers. So, no, man, I'm loving what, like I say, all these young people are doing out there, but Prospe-X definitely is going to be something different and something so unique, for that independent wrestler out there, for that independent wrestling fan. Just because, I was just looking at something on Vice, and it was it was called The Wrestler. I'm sure you've seen it before, but it was doing a scene with Austin Theory, way before Austin Theory was ever anybody. He was just a kid, man. And then to see that prospect, Austin Theory, where he was then and where he is now, and what we can do with what we're doing, it's going to be so freaking awesome. I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, man. I think that as far as what we're doing at Reality of Wrestling, and look, I know this might sound like very self-congratulatory and we're putting ourselves over, but you're damn right we are. You know what I mean? Because we do stuff at a different level than anybody else, all right? Anybody else. And so I'm excited. I'm just honored to be a part of it and to be able to evaluate talent from a different perspective, because what you look for from your Hall of Fame career and your coaching career, what Ryan Davidson looks for from him being, the GOAT of Reality of Wrestling, the cornerstone, the first Grand Slam champion, I'm going to look for something different, what might stand out to you might not stand out to me, and vice versa. And so it's going to be great to get in there and kind of, mix it up and have these conversations with these guys and girls and see who really is going to be the next prospect. Who's going to be at Summer Champions? Are they going to be in the Last Stand Rumble? Are they going to be in the Battle to the Bell? We got to see what's going to happen at Sub-Zero. You never know.
You never know. You never know. That's what's really, really cool. But I know we got a break. We got a break coming up, but we got some more breaking news that we definitely going to be having to talk about here after we come back from the break. And that's something that just went down in Belfast, Ireland. I don't know if you heard about it, but Javon Evans had a match with El Grande Americano and looked like he had a shoulder injury or a pec injury to where they had to stop the match and throw up the X's and take Javon Evans out of the arena. We got to talk about that, as well as Powerhouse Hobbs, man. Look like he's making the exit and could be entering. I don't know. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that? Sucker!
You know, life always doesn't wait for a payday. There's been times where I needed some gas money, groceries, or even grab some last-minute tickets for a big night out, and payday, it was still days away. That's why I love talking about the game-changing app like EarnIn. EarnIn is the app that lets you access your pay your way as you earn it. And up to $150 a day with a maximum of $750 between checks. There's no interest, there's no credit checks, there's no mandatory fees. It's not a loan. This is your money. Just download the EarnIn app, add in your work info, and you can start accessing your pay right away. You can even leave an optional tip to help support the app for everybody. Then, any money you access plus any tip is simply paid back from your next paycheck. So imagine this. Your daughter's school shoes are on sale, but payday's not until Friday. Well, with EarnIn, you don't have to wait. Or maybe you got a surprise dinner plan with someone special. Don't put it off. That's the kind of financial momentum that EarnIn gives you. Millions of people are using it. I wish I had EarnIn back in the day when I first started it out, especially when you're trying to balance bills, gigs, and unexpected stuff like a vet bill or even car repairs. So download EarnIn today. That's EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. And when you do, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show and helps you get paid when you need it most. EarnIn is a financial technology company. It's not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join over 4 million people using it to turn any day into payday. It's your money. Take control of it with EarnIn.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Javon Evans taking a big spiel. Now, my thing is, it's not a matter of if something's going to happen in this business. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. And one thing about, and I talk about this all the time, as far as these young guys and taking risk. Oh man, all it takes is once. All it takes is one time, and then you realize, man, I am mortal. Wait a minute, I can get hurt. Oh, wait a minute, I can't get hurt. And that right there, or not just hurt, getting injured.
Yeah,
I'm hoping and I'm praying that Javon Evans is not injured, and he's if he is, if it's not an angle, I'm hoping he's just hurt. We work hurt all the time. Could it have been a stinger? Could it have been a dislocated shoulder that just got popped back in or something like that? Of course. Could it have been something more serious? Yes, it could have. But I've seen Javon Evans. I've seen Javon Evans take more risk in his short career than I took throughout my whole career.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, I don't know. I've done a few things like, off the top rope, scissor kick through the table. Right? I've done that before.
Yeah.
That was high risk. I've done that once.
You did to the Big Show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And I was so scared of that doing it too, man. I was so scared.
I'd be scared as hell.
But you can't think of too many of those with me, right?
Right.
And with Javon Evans, I've seen him even like in NXT. Just I've seen him crash through that table over the top rope so many times, and I'm like, man, how can this kid not, get hurt? It just seemed like he just kept bouncing back. But if he is, I'm hurt. I'm hoping that it's not something that's too bad, too devastating.
I think that for Javon, obviously, he has the thing that brought him to the dance is, this ability to do these incredible
Bouncy,
which I love,
yeah,
the young OG. And this is the style that people go to see him for, and when you have that high risk, you get high reward, you get high attention, you get high followers, you get high salaries, you get high merchandise sales, you get high everything, but you also get high risk. And that's unfortunately what happens. I hope that it's just one of those things where he landed weird and they said, hey, out of precaution, we're just going to call it, so there's no other risk of further injury. Because we know how I think that you might be different than most of the boys, because I think that sometimes you've said like, hey, cover me, bro. We're not finishing this match. I'm not running the spot. It's not going to happen. We know that Triple H famously like tore his quadricep and is like, I got to finish the match. Yeah. You know what? Like, that's not you. But a lot of the boys have that mentality of for probably worse, not better. And so I love that the WWE, by the way, does this now. In most wrestling companies, we do it. WWE does it. AEW, I think, might do it in the sense of, if somebody's really hurt, we're not going to do the old let's tough it out thing. Let's work out of precaution. I remember Sin Cara like jammed his pinky one time, and they called the match. I don't know if you remember that. They're like, nope, throw up the X. His pinky he stubbed his pinky. We can't do it.
They couldn't improvise. Just come up with something.
What's the next spot, brother? They couldn't figure it out.
Instead of hitting me with a punch, hit me with a back elbow, baby. Give me a forearm shiver or something. I don't know. Just don't punch me. Oh my God! But no, man, that's very painful. That is very painful.
Yeah, and no, and I hope that he's fine. I really do. I hope that Javon is okay, and that this is just a temporary thing, and that he'll be back in action ASAP. So that he can go out there and be the guy that we know him to be. That's definitely scary. I know that WWE RAW has been on fire. I will tell you this, not to transition too sharply, but there's been like this hate for Gunther recently. Like, there's a lot of ridicule of him. I don't know where that came from, but I think that this is one of the things where the work is turning into a shoot for the audience, right? Like, because he's going out there and he's talking his smack, and he's retired Goldberg, he's retired John Cena, and he's going into this angle with AJ Styles, which, by the way, if you want an early prediction for me for WrestleMania, it's going to be Gunther and AJ at WrestleMania, and it's going to be AJ's last match. Gunther's going to retire AJ Styles too. That's what's going to happen. I'm just calling it now. I don't have any intel, any inside information.
You know me. I try not to book.
If I was booking the show, that's what I think would happen. And
some of these shows need new bookers. That's another story.
But on NXT, let's keep the same booker at the table. Let's not bring in a different booker to that table. We mean booking the show bookers.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I think Gunther's the ultimate. Like, to me, if I were to do a top five, Fave 5, a Brad Gilmore Fave 5 for the roster today, Gunther might be the number one spot. He really might be. He's so damn good, man, in everything that he does. His promos have only gotten better. He knows how to get heat. And him and AJ, they had a great finish. By the way, did you see the finish they had last week in their match? It's one of the smartest finishes ever, right? Gunther's, they've got AJ's got him in the calf crusher, right? It looks like Gunther's, in a bad way. Gunther calls the referee over to talk to him, and then with his other hand, he taps out, but the ref doesn't see it, right? So AJ lets go of the hold because Gunther's distracting the ref. AJ thinks he won the match, and then they continue the match. What a brilliant finish. Brilliant. I'd never seen that done. It probably has been, but I don't remember it. And I thought, what a beautiful finish.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good. I wish I'd have thought of that one right there.
Me too. I was like, what a finish. I'm stealing
Really
it.
good. Yeah, yeah.
I'm stealing it.
Seriously, yeah. No, I mean, a lot of people don't. This era is definitely going to have a problem with a guy like Gunther being the top guy, just because he's not the guy that's going to go out there and do some of the things that they would want to see.
Yeah.
As far as diving, flying, whatnot. He's just a guy that knows how to do what I talk about very, very well. He knows how to beat guys up very, very poetically. It looks nice when he beats guys up. It looks so real to life when he goes out. I mean, he walks that line I always talk about. Because before MMA, we really had nothing to really compare ourselves to. We could just pretty much go out there and do anything we wanted to. But when MMA came along, we had to walk a certain line as professional wrestlers. Just from my point of view, anyway. And we always had to know how to teeter and not fall off that line. And Gunther knows exactly how to stay on that line and make you believe in what he's doing, even though this is professional wrestling. That's the true art of this game, So I applaud Gunther for what he does in the ring and what he still brings to this game and how he keeps this game still that Shakespearean art that I love, being a part of for so many years. He's one of the last of the guys that really go out there and do it like that. So I'll give him a lot of credit.
I think he's one of the best right now. And then a program with him and AJ, that's just a great matchup there.
That would be great. That would be really good.
And then we're this close to the Royal Rumble, and this is where so many things are going to happen. I love this season. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. My question is, have they called you for your travel yet?
No, they hadn't called me yet. But it's still we still got time. We still got time. Still got time. You know what I mean? So hey, I know they want me. I know that. You know what I mean? Every time, one of the kickoff shows come around, they calling me. They always calling me, hey, Book, we need you. You know what I mean? Hey, we need you to do it. We need you to blow up the scene. You know what I mean? So no, my thing is I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I should be getting a call pretty soon.
What do you know about Will Hobbs?
Man, Will Hobbs. What do I know about Will Hobbs?
Mm-hmm. What do you know?
We got a break coming up.
We do, but you know something. You're not telling me.
No. We got a break coming up here in like 30 seconds.
Yes.
All right? But as far as Will Hobbs, this young man, tell you a little story about Will Hobbs. I would show up at the arenas. And Will would be there waiting. And he was like, Uncle Book, let me holler at you. And, and then he would always run up on me, and man would always talk, and I would always give Will, some advice, because he said, I'm trying to get in, man. Who do I talk to? I say, bro, it's just not like that. I say, but trust me, just keep doing what you're doing and don't stop. And trust me, it's going to happen for you. And then boom, he show up in AEW and become Powerhouse Hobbs. And the rest is history. We're going to talk about it. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Guys, every year starts the same way. New year, new me. We make all those resolutions, leave some things in the past, clean slate, turn the page, or whatever didn't serve us last year. But I'll tell you this, there's one thing that I'm absolutely bringing with me into 2026, and that's that Mando whole body deodorant, brother. Because I've been using Mando, and what I love most is the confidence. Straight up, I'm being honest with you. This isn't just about smelling good. It's about knowing that you're covered. And not just your pits. We're talking whole body. Pits, balls, thigh folds, belly button, butt crack, feet. Everywhere you can deal with odor, Mando is safe to use, okay? So Mando was actually created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed or mistreated. So instead of masking smells, Mando blocks the odor at the source and is clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours. My personal go-to is that solid deodorant stick. It's powered by mandelic acid, and it goes on clean, no irritation. It just works. I've also used the spray, great for those hard-to-reach spots. Everything is aluminum-free, baking soda-free, paraben-free, and comes in legit scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, or Mount Fuji and Pro Sport, if I'm asking the Macho Man Randy Savage. And here's the wild stat. 12 hours after a shower with soap, the average guy's odor level is 5 out of 10. With Mando, 0. 0 out of 10. That's not masking, that's handling business. So if you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant, you can find Mando now at Walmart, Target, and retailers nationwide. But for the best deals, you go to shopmando.com. And right now, new customers get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping when you use our exclusive code BOOKER. That's SHOPMANDO.com, promo code BOOKER. That's promo code BOOKER. Please support the show and tell them we sent you. Some men try to cover up body odor with scents. Mando men get the job done right. Don't mask it. Mando it. Head to shopmando.com. Use code BOOKER for 20% off and free shipping. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control, so you can say goodbye to the sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. Oh, yeah, did.
Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Hey, man, Will Hobbs. Back to Will Hobbs.
Yeah.
No, this guy who's, scratched and clawed to actually make a break for himself, and I'm proud of him for, going over there to AEW and getting that TV time, man, because TV time is worth its weight in gold. I always say if somebody see you and they like you, they might give you a call, or they might be waiting in the wings for something to happen, such as this right here. Now, Will Hobbs, it's rumored that he's exited AEW, and there's rumor that he may be coming into WWE, but Will Hobbs is a guy that I've been pushing for quite some time. As far as this is a guy, all he needs is a shot and an opportunity, and he definitely can, take this business by storm. I look at the growth of, Will Hobbs as far as just the evolution of Hobbs, from that kid I was talking to this grown man that's out there, this beast, this monster that's out there right now, talking about no bread, no water, just meat. That's this dude, Will Hobbs. So now I'm looking forward to it. If he does make that step over to the WWE, I think he'll be a fitting addition. I think he'll fit right in, and I think he'll make money moves right off the bat. So let's just see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I've always liked Will Hobbs. As far as a performer on AEW, he definitely stands out because he's a big guy. He's a huge guy, and that's kind of something different that they have over there on their roster. But
what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
No, I don't say it in the way that you say it.
What you say?
Well, hold on.
Say what you feel, man. Don't hold back.
No, I'm just saying, like, AEW isn't known for big dudes, right? They're known for, like, smaller, more athletic performers. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know. Did I say something questionable? No.
I was just saying, yeah.
But no, people don't know is the ultimate Booker T joke. It's the ultimate Booker T joke is where he goes, hey, ask me what I think about Will Hobbs. What do you think about Will Hobbs? He's a big guy. That's the ultimate BT joke. And I'm not saying it in the same way that you would say it. He's a big guy. I like Will Hobbs. I think that he's one of those guys also, what's the guy's name over there who was with MJF for a while, and then he brought Wardlow.
Yeah.
Wardlow's another big guy who I just feel like, man, there's so much you could have done with Wardlow. There's so much you could do with Will Hobbs. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it didn't work out in the right way, but and I don't know what Wardlow's situation is either, but that's a guy who you could be like, hey, you could maybe do something.
Man, it's hard. It's hard for the big guys to catch. It's hard for the big guys to catch those smaller guys in AEW, man. Those guys are running around, doing so much stuff, flipping around, moves here, moves there, tagging in and tagging out. You could get confused if you're a big guy. If you're over 250 pounds, 240, you can have a lot of trouble.
Wait, they
you can have
do
a lot of trouble.
they do tags in AEW?
Trios matches.
Do they
Trios.
tag each other? I've never seen it.
But they tag, but you don't have to.
It's just come in, come out,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
What? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. So
You know what? I probably and the thing is, I've been to an AEW show before, and I probably could.
You don't even remember the tags, do you?
No. You know what's actually funny is the one match I remember was Sting and Darby Allin versus two other guys, and I remember I think it was the first match, and they brawled all throughout the building. There was no tags. I don't even know if there were. I don't even know if there was a 10 count. Sting, and shout out to Sting, but I have been to an AEW show before. I enjoy certain AEW shows, but after I think the rep that you and I have gotten on this program, I don't think I'd be welcomed at an AEW show. I think they'd be like, "What the hell are you doing here? Huh? Why are you here? We don't like your kind."
Oh my God, man!
Do you know what's funny too? Is that I know you've gotten this criticism, but recently on certain comments if we talk about AEW, I've gotten the criticism of, "Oh, there's Brad Gilmore, company guy," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I don't work for the company."
Hey, look here,
WWE, I don't work for you. I would like to, but I don't work for you.
People are gonna call us biased if we don't speak on the debut of TNA on AMC.
Oh, hey, yeah, shout out to TNA.
What you think? Did you see any of it? And if you did, tell me your thoughts.
So, okay, full transparency, I've not seen the debut of TNA on AMC. I saw clips, and I think I told you this earlier this week. I saw our guy AJ Francis on there with Josiah, Quentin Winters, a couple of reality wrestling people. I saw that clip floating out. I think that was in the broadcast. There were some names that they brought back. Our girl who was in Tough Enough and then went on to be in the WWE, and now she's over there. I don't know what she's going by. Daria is her name, right? But I don't know what she's going by in TNA. I think she has a different name that I'm used to over there.
It's Daria Ray.
Oh, Daria Ray. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And she's new. I think the new authority figure.
It was Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville is who I knew her as. Now she's Daria Ray.
Exactly. Daria Ray.
And she's the new authority figure.
Cora Jade came back also.
Elena Black, Cora Jade is back.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, but I just saw a bunch of returns. Was Candice Michelle there or something?
Yeah, I think she made a cameo as well.
Candice Michelle was there. There's a lot of people at the show, but I didn't fully watch it, so I do apologize to my TNA people.
Yeah. I mean, I got the same sentiment as a lot of other people as far as it could have been shot a little bit different. As far as I don't know if some of the shots were, done earlier in the day when, this is a big night. It was a lot of commercials, 3 matches, so it definitely, I don't know. It seemed like kind of like an infomercial a little bit, for, the new spot on AMC, which I understand that as well. A couple of guys had visa issues, like Leon Slater. Nothing you can do about that. Like those issues can happen, and you think you can fix them, and you just can't. And time runs out. Directing is something that I think a wrestling show needs, and that director has to be the guy that's accountable for a lot of stuff that goes on that show. Literally, because that part of the show right there, only one person is going to be in charge of that job, trying to put all that together, and then quarterbacking that thing.
Yeah,
it's not an easy job. So I think I don't know who's the quarterback for that show, but that might have been the missing piece.
I'll have to go back and watch it so I can give a more informed opinion. But I will say, directing a wrestling show like Kevin Bernhardt does for us, I think Keith Mitchell was the WCW director back in the day, and Kevin, who was it? Huh?
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn for the WWE was a longtime director for them.
That's why great director. That part of the show right there, even in NXT, our director there is is amazing. So yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, Book. So I'm gonna check out TNA. Obviously, I want TNA to be great. We have some friends over there at TNA. Obviously, y'all have the connection with NXT, so we'll see as it goes. Any thoughts on Cora Jade's return? Because you worked with her in NXT. Did she wrestle? She didn't wrestle. She just came out.
No, she just came out and made that walk, that famous walk that she has these days. You know what I mean? So she said, yeah.
I just listened there. Just stop while we're ahead. We've made it through the whole show. Nothing questionable. We got so many. I saw so many headlines on the Batista thing last week. I don't want any more headlines. We've done enough. So Cora Jade, welcome back. Or Elena Black.
Man, look, Batista lied.
Right? Here we go again.
So I'm gonna just put it out there.
Batista, you're a liar. You're a dirty, rotten liar.
He's a liar. That's what he is. I hate a liar, man. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I cannot stand. So I'm just putting it out there to the world, man.
He's a liar.
Not hot.
Shout out to Elena Black. Hey, look, we have a super chat before we get out of here. Aces Raider says, was it difficult to play the cowardly heel since it was so different from who you are? Like, did you find it difficult to hide behind tables and stuff? Yes, you are not somebody who runs away from a fight. So did you find it difficult to play a cowardly heel?
No, I didn't. I never really played that many cowardly heels. I mean,
King Booker and the Boogeyman thing, you were kind of cowardly.
Anybody should be scared of the Boogeyman. I mean, anybody in the world should be scared of the Boogeyman, in the right circumstance.
Yeah.
The Undertaker. I mean, I was a little scared when the Undertaker came out, but I, stood my ground when it came to, going toe to toe. But running from Steve Austin, in the bingo hall, and through the church and stuff. I love acting. I love performing.
Yeah.
And with professional wrestling, the one thing about professional wrestling, to be a really, really good professional wrestler, you got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really be able to laugh at yourself. And for me, I loved, finding myself to where I was actually in a role where I was entertaining myself and I'm laughing on the inside, but still entertaining. It's such a crazy feeling. But no, I never had any inhibitions to going out there running around and hiding, getting beat up in a grocery store. Nah, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I to me, the heel thing, like, I like a badass heel, but you do need the cowardly heel too, right? Like, you have to have a cowardly heel. It's just a part of wrestling. I want to wrestle you, just not tonight. It's such a great heel move.
Exactly. Yeah. No, man. I don't know. That's just part of the acting for me, as far as wrestling goes. Yeah, I loved every aspect of the heel as well as the baby face. I loved every aspect.
Babyface is harder, wouldn't you say?
Babyface is so much harder. You got to work so much harder in the ring. You got to really be able to, go. You got to be able to suck it up and go when it's time to go. And the heel's just, pretty much walk and talk and follow. You know what I mean? Keep up. That's all we got to do is just keep up as heels, So as well as it's just so much more, fun going out there, being able to control all the action, the people, and really have them in, the palm of your hand, where, man, somebody want to come over the rail. Oh man, it's a good feeling. It really is. Yeah.
And now let me ask, real quick before we leave, because I just want to know. Now, normally, historically, the heel calls the match, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day.
But is that the way? Because now they call everything in the back, right? So.
Yeah, these kids, they really don't get a chance to, the ones that do it well, the ones that pick up on, the certain things that got those senses, like a Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
She may know the story, but she can still go out there and overlay the story, and sprinkle a little dust in here and a little bit there. You know what I mean? So, but for me back in the day, the heel was always the guy that was in control, and I loved actually having a heel that knew what he was doing, and he could actually take me and all I had to do was just listen and follow, and then that heel back then, he would just give me the keys when it was time to let me drive, and then when it was time for me to drive, he didn't have to tell me what to do or anything. Like a lot of times, today's wrestler is taught totally different, and they see it totally different. But back then, man, it was all about Shakespeare. It's all about going out there and creating your own stories. That's what I miss about it.
Yeah, the old days, man. The old days. Well, BT, though, that's all our time we got this week, man.
Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting you champagne, wishes, caviar dreams. Want to send my prayers out to Javon Evans, and hopefully he's only hurt and not injured. Want to say Will Hobbs, if you do get that contract, dog, if you do get it, 10%. That's all I'm talking about, 10%. And congratulations at the same time. But, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame champagne, wishes, caviar trees, Brad, all the heavy lifting. We always appreciate it. And until next time, guys, peace. We love you.
Hey, guys, this is Brent Gilmore from the Hall of Fame with Booker T. And we talk a lot about trust on this show. Trust in your team, trust in the process, trust in your opponent. And you got to talk about trust in your money. And that's why I use Cash App. I do. I use Cash App. This is true. I use it every single day. It's where I have a card with. It's where I exchange currency with, whether I'm getting a haircut, whether I'm getting, some lawn services, whatever the case might be. I use Cash App because it's fast, it's secure, and it makes handling my money so simple. So whether I'm splitting a dinner bill, splitting money with a friend, checking my balance before a big weekend, it's all right there in the app. So if you download Cash App today and use our referral code, which is SECURE10, for $10 when you sign up, that's SECURE, SECURE, the number 10. Do that. Use that code because Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. You visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So go ahead, hit that download button. Use my code SECURE10 and join the millions of people already using Cash App to make life easier. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did it, okay? SECURE10, SECURE10, SECURE10. And remember, Cash App is a financial services platform. It is not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures and use Cash App today. Booker and I use it. You should use it too. Cash App, Cash App, Cash